invincible.
Hey, serenade each other. Purple rain, purple rain.
All right, we're back. I'm still here with Laurent and Mark. All right, so we're gonna discuss the All NBA teams. It's got a lot of backlash for who should and should not have made the team. How comes people didn't get unanimous votes? And also in the next segment, we're also going to talk about whether or not money should be attached to All NBA. But for now, we're only going to discuss who made it, who should have made it, and stuff like that. So on the first team, James Harden, Russell Westbrook, LeBron James, Kawhi Leonard, and Anthony Davis made the team.
All NBA Pro, all NBA
what do you
first
think?
team.
What do you think about that?
I don't have any disagreements per se with everybody on that list as it is. The only disagreement that I do have is that I am shocked that James Harden, of all of them, got unanimous.
Yeah.
I don't think he deserved a unanimous.
Harden is the only one who got unanimous, by the way.
He's the only one out of all those guys that got a unanimous vote as first team. I disagree with that fully. But other than that, I agree with it. I mean, I think everybody else should be there. I mean, Anthony Davis, I'm just going to say, he's really, like, he squeaked in there.
Yeah.
He may not have even been on it, potentially.
Yeah,
but
I think Anthony Davis only made it because they needed a center, but we can discuss that.
For Harden to get unanimous, that's actually a bit shocking. I don't think he deserves unanimous decisions. As the rest of the players, I'd have to agree in a sense that, like, they're just too good. Like Leonard, James, Westbrook. Yeah. Although James is not considered a power forward, like, you know, he's a small forward. I guess considering the list itself, I have kind of a disagreement with the positioning, but because of these are the players going into it, then I would agree with it. Davis, like Mark said, is kind of a slight push. Like I have Cousins probably going there, to be honest.
Yeah.
Cousins.
And before French chimes in, I also want to bring up, people were saying that they thought Durant should have been on that first team. But I'd love to know, of all those guys, who are you taking out? You tell me who you're going to take out of there to put Durant.
I think for positioning, Cousins should have been center and then Davis power forward. But considering the list itself of these great players,
who are you going to take out?
I don't see how none of these guys will make first team.
Yeah,
no.
And one big thing to note: nobody from Golden State made the first team. But I agree with that because when you have a team that's so powerful, so full of stars, that means everybody has to lower
two starting
their
lineups
performance a little bit.
According to Mark.
No, that's
the
Cleveland.
Cavs that have two.
All right, so All NBA second team, we have Stephen Curry, Isaiah Thomas, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Kevin Durant, and Rudy Gobert. What do you guys think about that?
Oh, well, I'm still wondering where Cousins is in all these lists. Like, Cousins should have been, at best, second team. He's not there, so I don't know why Gobert's there instead of Cousins, to be honest.
I was
so
literally
I'm
just
going
going
to
to
go
say
with
that.
Isaiah Thomas is not really a shooting guard, but because, again, such an amazing crop of players, would have to put him at the 2. Giannis, I agree with, and Curry, I agree with because of the last 14 games of the season. So,
if anything, Isaiah should have been the point guard.
I was just gonna
and
say,
then Curry the
switch
shooting
them.
guard.
For
Because
sure switch
who
them.
passes the ball more?
Isaiah.
yeah.
So okay, what do you think?
Durant shouldn't be there. Just letting you know, Durant shouldn't be on that second team.
He should not. So
No.
who should take his spot?
Who takes his spot?
Well, whoever takes a spot, like he doesn't deserve second team honors, to be honest.
So
What? Why?
When you piggyback your way to the finals, you shouldn't be on any of these.
He didn't
teams.
piggyback his way, man. He
are
had
you really?
the stats. He had the stats
Well, he had
in the
the
regular
stats,
season.
but they didn't need him. What is that? That last 14 game streak without him? What does that mean? That's a huge streak to go without Durant.
Okay, I'm just gonna throw this out here. I bet you Curry could have been injured and they still win all 14 games.
I think Draymond should be second team over Durant.
By the way, the Kevin Durant missing all those games, people are saying that's the reason he did not make it to the first team. They were saying if he was healthy all year, he would have made it to the first team.
But
so he would have replaced, I guess, Anthony Davis. Oh no, they would have. They might have put him at center. Does he play center sometimes for Golden State?
I don't think so, actually.
Never?
Like, no, even when they go small.
Okay.
He doesn't play
Just
center.
in terms of carrying a team to the playoffs,
They might
I
put
think,
LeBron at center then.
Yeah, maybe. They could do that.
what?
They could probably find a way to get him in, but...
Let's look at that second team. I'm looking at players that contributed to their teams and that made the playoffs with them. So instead of Durant, and instead of Gobert would be Cousins, and instead of Durant, I would put Paul Millsap or even Marc Gasol, because they're the ones who contribute to the teams to make it to the playoffs, at least. Durant did it. He was a pure
Okay, but
bag.
Marc Gasol
You know what I mean?
doesn't play power forward at any time.
But he does play
usually
center.
Okay, so now you're putting Boogie at power forward, I guess?
Which one of these two? Which one? Thomas and Curry. None of them are shooting guards. They're not shooting guards. They're
Hold
point
up.
guards.
To be fair,
So there was that argument.
to be fair, Rudy Gobert is on the list for Defensive Player of the Year in a lot of people's
Yeah.
minds.
Yeah, but Boogie does more.
And also, Utah has overachieved this year. So
I think Durant should just make third team.
I disagree
at
with
best.
that. I don't think
Utah
that Utah. No, I think Utah did exactly what they're supposed to do.
okay.
But
Moving on to the third team, I think Durant should be there. That's
Hold up. So third team we have John Wall, DeMar DeRozan, Jimmy Butler, Draymond Green, DeAndre Jordan. I want to go first on this one. I noticed that Isaiah Thomas made it to second team and John Wall to the third team. Does that mean Isaiah's better than John Wall, or is it because Isaiah has a bigger impact on his team than John Wall does?
I think Isaiah does have a bigger impact on his team as John Wall.
Yeah,
but that's because
A lot of it has been proven since the playoffs. Like, yeah, John Wall was amazing, but so was Bradley Beal.
No.
That's exactly why. Can I say that?
Playoffs cannot come into this decision. It's only regular
I'm not even going to put playoffs in there. I'm going to say the reason why Isaiah is there over Wall is not because of talent. It's simply because Isaiah does make more of an impact on the Celtics because when you look at Avery Bradley compared to Beal, there's no contest. Beal all day
Especially
long.
in fourth quarter situations.
Yeah.
Isaiah Thomas, absolutely.
No, but I'm saying it's because Beal is with Wall.
Okay.
That Wall doesn't make a bigger impact.
I get it.
You know what I mean?
My biggest thing, DeAndre Jordan should not make it on any team. No team
Agreed.
should have DeAndre Jordan.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Like you're
It's tough as to say as a Clippers fan. It's tough.
like
to say.
I would even put Marc Gasol in there.
Of course.
But Draymond Green should be to the second team, and Durant should be to the third team. I'm just saying.
All right, so some of the people that they missed.
Where's Gordon
Chris-
Hayward and all this?
Yeah,
Chris
Gordon Hayward
Paul.
should have been there this year.
Chris Paul's not in it.
Klay Thompson.
Karl Anthony Towns, Marc Gasol, DeMarcus Cousins did not make it. How does DeAndre Jordan make the list and DeMarcus does not?
Yeah.
Do you know what another one that I kind of find a little shocking? You guys may disagree.
Hassan
maybe, but
Whiteside.
I was going to say Kyrie Irving.
Yeah.
I thought maybe to a
Yeah.
certain extent, especially playing with
Yeah.
LeBron. I mean,
So who
I
do
don't
you
know.
replace? Which team, first of all?
For Kyrie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who do you replace?
I probably maybe I take out
DeRozan?
DeRozan. Maybe
Yeah.
for Kyrie, I think I would.
Yeah.
I know he had a lot of 30-point games this season, but
I feel like DeRozan has a bigger impact on the Raptors than Kyrie does with the Cleveland Cavs. Because when LeBron sits, the Cavs lose with Kyrie. Whereas Toronto, if DeRozan sits, they're in trouble.
I mean, because you can't take playoffs into account, I've seen.
Don't worry.
Oh, and better yet, when Kyrie was injured, Toronto was still winning. Okay? Because DeRozan was playing. Whereas when LeBron sits, Kyrie cannot get them to win.
I just think, okay, here's how I'm going to put it. You have the last shot of the game. I'm giving it to Kyrie over DeRozan all day long.
Last shot of the game.
DeRozan isn't clutch. He's not clutch.
Okay, if you're gonna say last shot of the game, there's a bunch of people on this list who should not make first.
No, but I'm just saying DeRozan isn't as clutch as Kyrie.
Let the
You
fans
can't-
know that this is how the votes are tallied. Votes were tallied from 100 select media members who cover the NBA. So there is somewhat of a bias there in terms of like what's the best story relative to his stats.
And not
right?
just that, but
You know what I
do you
mean?
give a good interview? Because if you give full access to the media, they're
Hold
probably
up.
gonna love you. You're gonna be a media darling.
We're
It has to do with
discussing
the
this.
story,
We're
I think.
discussing this in the next segment.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, without DeMarcus Cousins, nobody would even be
Exactly.
speaking about the Kings. Whereas we're talking about the Clippers because first Chris Paul, and then maybe it's 50-50 with Blake Griffin and DeAndre Jordan. And
Okay.
DJ isn't even on the court in the last 5
Okay, then
minutes.
with that said,
Hold on.
with that
Go
said,
ahead.
then How does Paul George not make it? Without Paul George,
Yeah.
Indiana'd be nothing.
I'd say
Literally
Paul
nothing.
George over Jimmy Butler or DeRozan.
Yes.
But coming back to the whole conversation is that Rudy Gobert made second team. Yeah, the Jazz are amazing, but is he as impactful
No.
as Gordon Hayward, who's not on the list? No. And you know who's better than both these guys? He's not on the list. Hassan Whiteside should be on one of these three teams.
He could be, because without him,
Because without
Miami,
him,
again.
Miami is like, what is Miami going to do? This guy's defense and offense. He's
But
both
with that
sides of the
said,
floor.
it's hard,
You know?
right?
So I put
No,
Cousins
no.
in there.
It's not hard. DeAndre Jordan needs to be out.
Yes.
And
Cousins,
okay.
it's whether you
Damian
want to put
Lillard.
Cousins or you put
Yeah.
Whiteside.
Where would Portland be
Yeah.
without Damian Lillard, though? You know what I mean? There's a lot of players, is what I'm saying, on this
Let's look
list.
at
that
other snubs.
You could look at.
Nikola Jokic. He's not on that list because he's going to get most improved player. So we'll talk about that in different segments.
All right, so
Yeah.
we're done with this segment.
We're done
All
with
right,
this.
so stay tuned. We're in the next segment. We're gonna talk about whether or not the media should have the votes, or if it should be somebody else, and whether or not
Yeah.
it should impact the players' wallets.
And also let us know what you thought, what we think about these All NBA 3 teams. Because a lot of players there should be on there, like Durant.
All right.
Yeah.
Here we go.